abandoned toy factory. As they approached the outskirts of Lynnville, Angela and Amy felt a chill creeping up their spines. The town seemed to be in a permanent state of twilight, with dark shadows lurking around every corner. They soon found themselves standing in front of the infamous toy factory, its looming brick exterior casting an ominous presence over the town. Despite the town's warnings, the sisters couldn't resist exploring its desolate interior. The air inside was thick with mustiness and decay, and as they made their way through the corridors, they stumbled upon a room frozen in time. Conveyor belts lined with broken and decomposing toys watched them with grotesque grins, and the dolls themselves began to move. With a loud clanking, they sprang to life and charged towards the sisters like possessed soldiers. Angela and Amy were trapped, unable to escape as the dolls closed in on them. In a moment of desperation, the sisters recalled a secret passage that had been passed down to them by their great-grandmother. They quickly located it and escaped into a room filled with machinery and crates. As they caught their breaths, they heard a faint whisper and discovered a frightened girl hiding inside one of the crates. Angela asked if the little girl was all right. "I was kidnapped," the girl whispered, "and they want to turn me into one of them." Horrified by this revelation, Angela and Amy knew they had to get her out of the toy factory immediately. They pushed a crate towards the exit, all the while devastated that the possessed dolls were clawing at the door. The owner of the factory, Mr. Stinson, appeared with a sneer on his face. "Trying to steal my cargo?" Despite their fear, Angela and Amy stood strong in the girl's defense, refusing to cower before the man who sought to harm her. They were determined to do whatever it took to save the innocent girl. Angela's muscles tightened with fear and anger as she stood before Mr. Stinson. His cold, piercing blue stare and sinister grin sent shockwaves down her spine. Angela spoke with authority as she accused him of manipulating innocent children into becoming an army of emotionless puppets. Mr. Stinson only laughed, his voice laced with arrogance and a twisted sense of power as he boasted about his hold over the toys. A high-pitched shriek pierced the air, causing Angela and Mr. Stinson to freeze in their tracks. The lifeless dolls surrounding them suddenly sprang to life, their once serene faces now twisted into snarls as they lurched closer. But then a second scream echoed through the factory, louder and more desperate than the first, bringing the dolls to an abrupt halt. A silent understanding passed between Angela and Amy as they locked eyes. Without hesitation, they charged forward toward Mr. Stinson, their hands reaching out to grab onto his arms. Mr. Stinson fought against them, but the sisters refused to let go. As the trio struggled, the dolls scattered throughout the room crumbled into tiny dust fragments, the enchantment that had bound the toys for an eternity shattering. Mr. Stinson's resistance only grew stronger with each passing moment. But Angela and Amy held on tight. Summoning their last reserves of energy, the girls rushed forward, overpowering Mr. Stinson and forcing him to the ground with their combined strength. The struggle was intense, their muscles straining with effort as they fought to subdue the wicked man. After what seemed like endless moments of chaos, they managed to subdue him and restrain him with a thick length of rope. An eerie silence fell across the room as the last of the dolls morphed into dust, leaving only remnants of their once haunting presence strewn about the floor. Angela and Amy rushed to the trembling girl's side. A sense of relief washed over her face as she realized she was finally safe. In a split second, Angela's eyes widened with recognition as she gazed upon the girl before her. It was Emily Connor, the missing girl from Lynnville, who had been plastered on countless "Have you seen me" posters around town. It was then that they realized they had stumbled upon something far more sinister than they could have ever fathomed. "We have to call the police," Amy whispered. Angela nodded in agreement as they gently guided Emily towards the exit. They exited the disheveled room, leading Emily away from the horrors she had endured within the toy factory. As they stepped into the fading light of day, a sense of relief flooded through them, but they were aware that their journey was far from complete. With Emily now safe, Angela and Amy dialed 911 on their cell phone. The police dispatcher listened intently as they recounted the harrowing events that had unfolded in the abandoned toy factory, mentioning Mr. Stinson's involvement and his sinister plans for innocent children like Emily. Within minutes, a squad car arrived with flashing lights and blaring sirens. Officers swarmed the area, securing the scene and taking Mr. Stinson into custody. Angela and Amy provided their statements to law enforcement officials, explaining every detail they could recall about the dolls coming to life and the imminent danger that had threatened them all. As the investigation unfolded, the town of Lynnville was gripped by a sense of unease that lingered in the air. The discovery of Mr. Stinson's diabolical operation sent shockwaves through the community, and parents held their children a little tighter after that, haunted by the thought of what could have happened to their loved ones. News spread rapidly throughout the town, and soon national media outlets descended upon Lynnville, eager to uncover the secrets hidden within the abandoned toy factory. Journalists interviewed Angela and Amy, hoping to capture every chilling detail of their encounter with the possessed dolls and the valiant rescue of Emily Connor. Amidst the escalating media frenzy, Angela and Amy stood steadfast as protectors, their unshakable devotion to shielding Emily from any further harm fueling their every move. They were keenly aware that apprehending Mr. Stinson was just the beginning of a long battle to secure the safety of not only Emily, but all potential victims. In the aftermath, a fierce camaraderie formed between Angela, Amy, and Emily, an unbreakable trio united by a shared mission for justice and a determination to help Emily heal from the unspeakable trauma inflicted by Mr. Stinson's heinous actions. Their relentless pursuit for closure and resolution would bring much-needed peace to all those involved. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Thank you for watching.